we are headed out gold prospecting. I've got the Time Ranger Pro, which is my favorite all-around metal detector. In this video, I'm going to show you how to find more gold with this metal detector. All right, so I've got the Time Ranger Pro. As you can see, I'm running that Gold Bug 5-inch double D coil. It's much more sensitive than the 11-inch double D, so get yourself one of those if you want a gold prospect. Now let's go over the settings here. I've got my gain, or my sensitivity, at 100%. My volume is set at 7. You know, you can really set that wherever. Here's the key though, V-brake. I'm set at 30. What that does is it gives a non-ferrous target, like gold, a zip sound, and a ferrous target, iron, a grunt, an iron grunt. Let me show you what those sound like. So this is how an iron grunt sounds. So here's a non-ferrous sound, a small gold nugget. So that's one way to run this. Now, it's not as sensitive as the way I'm going to show you. So the way I'm going to show you and how I'm going to run this is I'm going to take this into all metal. And you see my threshold there is -28. I'm going to bump that up to where I can just hear a hum level. That's going to probably be around 10 to 13. So right there at 11, you hear that hum? It's a little bit more sparky, as you can hear, but it's a lot easier to hear the difference between noise, that's noise, and a target. Versus noise. See, that's noise. All right, everybody, we are up in the Sierra Nevadas. We've got the Time Ranger Pro, and this is the type of area we're working. You can see those areas here, right over there and over here. They've been worked by the old timers. This was a sluicing area. So, you know, I'm going to kind of hang around the base of those trees, of these trees here. I'm going to work the rock and the gravel, that sort of thing. A lot of times gold gets caught up, you know, in the roots of these trees. So here are the tools that I'm using. I'm using this pickaxe right here and a little plastic shovel. All right, we've got a target here. But it's very faint, but that's what we're listening for. I'm going to show you a way to try to clean this up a little bit. It's called boot scraping. And all you do is you take your boot, you scrape it across the area. Remove some of that junk, get a little bit closer to the target. If it's a good target or a bad target, it should clean up a little bit. And we actually moved it. So when we boot scraped, we moved it from here to here. That's good and bad news. The good news is it's tiny, and gold is tiny. So I'm excited that we moved it, and I can't see it. You know, if it was like an iron or a pull tab or something like that, I'd see it. So that's the good news. The bad news is that it wasn't deep. It was sitting on the surface. Gold has a tendency to drop and drop deep. So I don't know. We're going to retrieve it here and see what we can find. Sounds like it's in the spoon. So now what we'll do is we'll just keep dumping bit by bit into my hand, run the spoon across until I don't hear it in the spoon anymore. Then I know it's in my hand, and then I'll dump that back into the spoon after getting rid of everything else, and hopefully hopefully it's the gold. All right, so that's what we're looking for right there. It's about a pennyweight nugget. So that's what we're here for. We're here for that gold. All right, so I'm going to give you a couple of tips here. Practice. You know, you've got to know what gold sounds like under your detector. So if you can buy some small gold nuggets and just practice with those at home, set them on the ground, run your Time Ranger Pro over it and listen to it. You know, see what different settings do, see what different heights do, you know, to the sound. If you don't have access to gold, it's not a problem. You get bird shot and you know, like shotgun shot, those sound just like gold. So if you can't get gold, get some shotgun shot and, you know, listen to those. Get different size. Get double out buck. Get the little bird shot. Listen to all those different size pellets. You know, another thing you got to do is go where gold was found before. You know, gold is where it's been found. We are out here in an area, 1800s, they were sluicing for gold out here. So the old timers knew there was gold out here, and they did get a lot of gold, but they left a lot of gold too. You know, you're going to want to look for those tailing piles. You're going to want to look for exposed bedrock because gold will drop down to the exposed bedrock. But also gold will be found in those tailing piles because they were just dumping their excess. And like I said, they could find a lot of gold, but they didn't find all the gold. So a lot of times you'll find gold in their trash. Slow and low. You got to really, really slow that coil down and get it as low to the ground as possible. These are very tiny targets. So you've got to go slow and you've got to be low. You know, and this took me a while to figure out. I'm a coin hunter, a relic hunter, and I'm used to those really loud bang, 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 you know, those were the, you know, with a coin, beep, 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 real loud. So you're not listening for that though, because they're nuggets typically where we're hunting in the US aren't that big. So they're going to give you these small whisper sounds, you know, those small quiet sounds are more likely gold than the big bangers. Now, a huge nugget will be a big banger like a coin, but they're very rare. And finally, just don't give up. This is hard work. It's hard to find these. It's gonna take an ear. If it was easy, everybody would be out here doing it. So you've just gotta have persistence. Just keep going. And I promise you, if you practice and you keep going, you're gonna find gold.